Silver Embossed Snowflakes Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing a embossed snowflake design. So the snowflakes themselves aren't really 3D, they're just a little puffy. And so I made those with gel paint on the side. So if you're working in a salon, you could make up a couple of these little snowflakes if you've got time between clients or before you start your day or at the end of the day for the next day, whatever, and just have them on hand in case somebody wants them. I would say that I'd probably not make too many extra, maybe just for like 24 hours worth or so, just because it is gels, so the longer that they sit and the longer they're exposed to air and elements and light, the harder they're going to get and the less flexible, and they're not going to apply quite as easy. So just make a couple at a time, but you can definitely make them in advance. And for these, I am, like I said, using gel paint. So this is a gel and acrylic hybrid design with some chrome powder and all sorts of fancy stuff. So I hope you like this, and don't forget to click subscribe to see my future videos as well. So to begin with, I'm going to start with an overlay of this really pretty, sort of a tealy blue color acrylic that I have. And because I knew that I wanted my snowflakes to be, I knew I wanted one that was white, one to be silver glitter, and one to be silver chrome, I knew that the background should be on the darker side. It doesn't have to be like a blue-black or really dark, just not really very light of a blue. And it could be, your snowflakes just aren't going to show up quite as well. I wanted them to be very vivid and very easy to see. So I knew, like I said, my background should be a little bit of a darker of a color. And for this video, the snowflakes as well as the snowman video that I'll be uploading tomorrow, both of them are going to be a little slower. I didn't speed them up as much. And so if you like them a little slower, I have been doing some of my tutorials at a slower speed recently. And so far people have liked it, so I hope that you continue and know that these two are both quite a bit slower than my usual tutorials are. So this next step, I'm just applying a layer of clear acrylic. This is to really help give this nail some strength. This is a wearable design, just like I said. Some of my videos are not wearable they're just not at all. And so this one is, yay! Wearable designs are something that I enjoy doing, but I also enjoy doing these crazy wacky things as well. So I kind of like to mention it when something is wearable, just because I like to point it out and say, hey, I actually did something wearable. Aren't you happy? So I hope you are, because like I said, a lot of my designs aren't wearable so much. So then I filed it with an e-file just to be a little quicker about it. And now in a nail form backing, I'm going to start drawing out my snowflakes. And I know that I'm using white gel paint on a white nail form backing and it's almost invisible. I apologize. I am doing a regular snowflake pattern. So I started out by drawing a line, just a straight line, and then intersecting that line with an X. That's going to give you a 6 segmented snowflake. And snowflakes are always in 6 sections, and they are always, each section is the same. So starting out with 3 lines like that, or it's 3 lines that intersect to make 6 lines. It's a good way to begin, just because you know that it's going to be the right number and it's going to look like a snowflake. If you start messing with the number of lines, it never looks right when you do a snowflake. Even if you're not really caring if it's actually the way snowflakes are, it just doesn't look quite right. So after I have those 3 lines in, I just went and did sort of a hexagon around them, and then I added a little V shape to the end of each line. And I did that 3 times. All my snowflakes are the same. So then I'm going to go through and add a second coat of that white gel paint over all of those, and I'm just going to make sure when I'm doing this, the order that I do things is important so that you don't mess up your other snowflakes. So I'm just adding a second coat to the first one this time. And so that's just a second coat of that white gel paint. Do not cure it, but then scoop on some silver glitter. And then just tap off the excess, but tap it off away from the other two so you don't get any glitter on them. And so then I'm going to take and I'm going to be adding a second coat of gel paint over the other 2 snowflakes. It is important to add a second coat over them, because if you just do the one, it's so thin that as soon as you try to pick it up, especially with all these little bits of snowflake, they're pretty delicate, it's just going to break. So you want to make sure that you do add a second coat, just so that it has some thickness and it's not going to bust on you, because that wouldn't be fun. So after you add a second coat to both of them, and I just recorded one of them, but then I'm going to take off one of the white snowflakes and then that silver glittery one and set those to the side away from this last one. So these are cured and they have no tacky layer on them. Now for that last one, I'm going to take some chrome powder and I'm going to burnish that into the surface of it with a silicone tool. And the reason I took the other 2 off and away is so that they won't accidentally get any of this chrome powder on them, especially that one that I want to remain white. And then once that is nice and burnished in and there's not too much extra powder on them anywhere, I'm going to take a tweezers, just like I did with the other ones, and then very carefully pick them up. And like I said, they are pretty delicate, so you do want to do this sort of cautiously. I'm not too worried about them breaking, but just, you know, to be on the safe side. So then I took and I put a reasonable amount of some nail glue onto that nail, and then I just sort of spread it out with a cotton bud just to make sure it was everywhere, because you want to make sure that there's a nice even coating of that nail glue. If you have brush on nail glue, that'd probably be easier. I do not have any at the moment. And then I'm going to lay my snowflakes out onto that wet glue and then quickly wrap them up in some plastic wrap just to hold all of those little pieces down. I'm going to just use that plastic wrap to press them into place. And then once I'm satisfied that they're going to stay where they're supposed to be and that the glue is relatively dry, I'm going to peel off the plastic wrap, and usually it peels off easier than that. I must have just been having a weak moment. And then I'm going to take just some more of that white gel paint and add little polka dots of gel in the background in any of the bigger blue areas, just to make it look like there's snowflakes all over the place, like you're in the middle of a blizzard, even though being in the middle of a blizzard really isn't fun at all. Sometimes you want to give that feeling to your nails. Maybe you're trying to punish them. I don't know. Anyways, blizzardify your nails, and then cure that again to make sure that that gel paint is all dry. And then I'm going to apply a layer of gel sealer, carefully doing it sort of like a light floating layer, especially over the glitter and over the chrome powder, so that you don't get glitter and chrome dust everywhere. And then cure that one final time, and that nail is all done. So I hope you like this design, and don't forget to check out the snowman that kind of goes with it. I think that snowman is adorable. I really like both of these, even though I really hate snow, so what can you do? But I hope you like them, and don't forget to click subscribe to see my future videos as well, and check out my Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!